This is your GreatTreeJam, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of Mass Effect 1. Last time we left off, we sought out Major Kyle, a former Alliance officer who had taken part in the siege on Torfin. Kyle's actions during the siege had left him with a considerable amount of guilt, especially regarding the loss of so many people under his command. He created a biotic cult on Pressrop and was speaking out against the Alliance. We convinced Kyle to stand down and disband the cult, and now he is seeking treatment for PTSD. We were able to do so without any bloodshed whatsoever, and that is how our Paragon Shepherd is going to be playing this. But for right now, I just want to go ahead and explain something. I'm actually on the Citadel, as you can tell. The reason I'm here is I want to take some time to listen to some of the conversations and news reports you can hear during your elevator rides on the Citadel. So let's go ahead and board an elevator and see what has developed within the Mass Effect universe while we've been away doing some of the assignments of Mass Effect 1. And I'm going to keep quiet so you guys can listen.
A research station on Noveria has reportedly been destroyed. The exact cause is currently unknown. Given the research conducted on Noveria, many are blaming the destruction on an experiment gone awry. Administrator Anoleus currently faces criminal charges as a result of the disaster, although the nature of the charges remains unclear.
And that was the aftermath report of our actions on Noveria. We managed to keep Administrator Anoleus alive, and we got him to be taken into custody by Gianna Parasini. And of course, we had to take out the hot labs. We had no other way of dealing with the insane Rachni. But next up we have another elevator ride, and if you're playing Mass Effect 1, you just want to get used to these elevator rides, because we're not going to be seeing too many of them in the future games. So, enjoy it while you can.
Must be hard for you, Garrus, knowing that the person behind all this death and destruction is a Turian Spectre.
Saren is either a traitor or a madman. Taking him down will restore the good name of Turians everywhere.
Glad to hear it. I was losing sleep over the prospect of people not loving the Turians.
Ah, Brotherhood. You gotta love it. But anyway, I think it's time to go ahead and zip to the Normandy, now that we've heard the elevator conversations. So let's cut the footage and I will see you guys back in the CIC. And we'll begin our next assignment.
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Alright folks, we are back in the Normandy CIC. Now, we actually did UNC Major Kyle during the last assignment, and that had to do with the siege of Torfin. So I'm thinking that it would be historically appropriate if we began UNC Espionage Probe. And that ties into the Skillian Blitz on Elysium, the incident that sparked the Torfin raids. Or at least was partially responsible for that. So let's go ahead and open up the galaxy map and get this underway. So before we begin, I want to apologize. I tried my best to summarize the history of the Systems Alliance military with regards to a species called the Batarians, and I don't think I hit all the major points, but there were some things that I felt I wanted to go back over. So, just as a little bit of a quick recap on the backstory of Systems Alliance. Several years ago, humanity began colonizing other worlds after being granted an embassy on the Citadel. And in the 2160s, the humans and the Batarians were competing for settling in the Skillian Verge. The Batarians were already settling within the region, and humans were starting to move in. In response, the Batarians asked the Council to declare the Skillian Verge a zone of Batarian interest, but the Council refused, and this led to the Batarians ceasing diplomatic relations. Relationships between humanity and the Batarians were very strained after that, and in combination with a number of pirate financiers, some Batarians also financed a raid on the colony of Elysium in 2176. This raid was known as the Skillian Blitz. It ended with the Alliance's victory, and they managed to repulse this raid. And 2 years later, in 2178, the Alliance retaliated for the Skillian Blitz by sieging several bases, pirate and mercenary bases, on the moon of Torfin. Humans and Batarians and pirates all sustained heavy casualties, and if Shepard had the ruthless background, Shepard would have had the moniker the Butcher of Torfin to signify the number of people that died under his or her command, in combination with the number of pirates and mercenaries who were killed during the siege. But we are going to be doing UNC Espionage Probe, and for this one, we're going to be heading to, I think it's the Voyager cluster. And the only system we can go to for now is the Amazon system. So, let's get to it.
Commander, incoming signal from 5th Fleet HQ on the Citadel.
Commander Shepard, something uncomfortable has just come up. In the First Contact War, we fired a lot of espionage probes into Turian space. We just received a mission complete burst from one of them.
Where's it been in the meantime?
No idea. Lost in transit. These probes were built in a hurry after First Contact.
What makes this uncomfortable?
When these probes were launched, we didn't have any idea who we were fighting. We didn't want to risk aliens examining our technology. The probe has a demo nuke built in. A 20 kiloton tactical fusion warhead. About equal to the bomb dropped on Hiroshima back in the 20th. If somebody finds that probe, tampers with it, you don't need me to finish, Commander.
I understand this must be handled, but I don't have anyone trained to deal with this sort of thing, sir.
I know. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. These probes have been classified for 26 years. The Council will call fusion bomb booby traps dangerous and irresponsible. The Alliance would face censure if they find this probe. I'm asking you because the Normandy can get on site quickly and quietly. It's in the Voyager cluster.
It's in the Voyager cluster. That's the opposite side of the Alliance from Turian space. How did it get there?
I don't know. It's possible someone recovered it safely and brought it there. It's also possible it got very badly lost. It could have been wandering the relay network since the war.
We'll get on it immediately, Admiral, and we'll be discreet.
I appreciate that, Commander. Good luck. Fifth Fleet out.
Alright, now you heard the man. We've got to get and find this. I'm gonna find this espionage probe before someone else tampers with it, because otherwise the Alliance is gonna face censure by the galactic community. But let's go ahead and scan the system real quick for any resources that we might need. The planet of Tremar does have some nitrogen that we can use. Let's go ahead and collect that and be on our merry way. Let's go ahead and stop by the planet of Sibin. And I think we have a quality outpost insignia for Turian insignias. Done deal. Let's keep looking around and get this thing out of the way. The planet of Senedma has some polonium that we can use, so let's collect that and get out of orbit real quick. And finally, let's stop off at the planet of Dernuka. I don't know how to say that. But nothing here. And if you guys want to read the descriptions, just pause the video and read at your own pace. But that's pretty much it for resources. The planet that we're going to be landing on is Agibinium. Let's go ahead and make planetfall. Agibinium is a small terrestrial world with an extremely thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and krypton. Though the planet has suffered sufficient mass to maintain a much thicker atmosphere, much of it has been blasted away. The red giant Amazon is a long-period variable star, currently at the nadir of a 16-year cycle. At peak, its energy output doubles, lashing Agibinium with intense heat and radiation. The crust is mainly composed of aluminum with deposits of tin. Much of the surface is coated with fine silicate dust, which easily penetrates the smallest cracks to foul machinery. Let's go ahead and make planetfall and start this assignment immediately. We have no time to lose. Now for this assignment, we're going to be bringing some people who, might have a reason to be upset with, I don't know, a certain somebody. I mentioned that we're going to be meeting a certain very important figure. But I'm also going to be bringing Garrus Vakarian along with us, because we're going to be making use of people who have sniper abilities, and that's Ashley and Garrus. But ladies and gents, we are set. We are go for Agibinium. Let's begin orbital drop. Alright, we have made planetfall, and take a look at that sun, man. Damn. Anyway, it kind of reminds me of Mass Effect 2. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stay quiet on that one. Let's go ahead and look around for resources. I don't want to spoil things for you guys just yet. But let's go ahead and mark this area right here, and we actually have an ore deposit that we can collect. So, let's get to it. Alright, we have found some samarium. Let's go ahead and salvage this and claim it for the Alliance. Let me go ahead and just get outside real quick. And let's collect this bad boy. Go ahead and serve this mineral real quick, and we are done. There we go. We now own some samarium. Let's keep looking around and keep things going. We're going to mark this area right here, and we have yet another ore deposit that we can collect. So, bon voyage. Alright, we have found some magnesium. Let's get outside and claim this for the Alliance real quick. We got no time to lose. I want to go ahead and just get right into the assignment as soon as possible. So I am trying to hurry things along a bit, because this assignment is going to have a little bit of combat. Depending on how we get to it, it may take a while. Now, we are not going to be going for every resource just yet. Our assignment area is right here, so let's go ahead and mark the homing beacon. What we will do is we will actually complete the assignment and then finish collecting the rest of the resources on Agibinium. So, let's move along. Alright, we are coming up on the area where the homing beacon is coming from, and strangely enough, it seems to be coming from this mining shaft. Let me go ahead and move in just a little bit closer.
On my way.
There we go. I'm not liking this. Somebody found the probe and tried to put it inside of a mining shaft. I'm not sure why. Let's see if we can find this probe.
Mine shaft. That's the source of the signal.
Suspicious.
Yeah, this thing didn't crash. Somebody moved it here.
They may not know what they have. Let's find it before they set it off.
Affirmative.
Alright, you heard the man. We need to get inside the shaft and find this probe. It's a little strange why they would put it in a mining shaft, but I think we can suspect that something's wrong. Let's get to the bottom of this as quickly as possible. Now, we're not going to need to worry about items just yet, but I will look around and just make sure. And like I suspected, there are no items. So, let's go ahead and keep moving inwards. The main chamber is actually empty. We don't have to worry about anything in this main room. But let's keep moving back. See what we can find. I'm guessing they found what's left of the probe, or no. Probably just drill bits. I'm guessing these are actually just drill machinery. But, you know, don't quite remember. It's been a while since I've actually played this assignment, so a few details are a bit rusty. But what we will notice is that one of the doors into the mining shaft is open. The other one, however, is locked. So, a little bit of foreshadowing as to what we can expect. Let's go ahead and move down here. And it looks like, based on what's coming up on our sensor, the probe is pretty close by. Let me go ahead and take off my helmets real quick. We won't need them for the upcoming part that's, this little upcoming cutscene. And there it is. Let's go ahead and salvage it.
What the hell?
Shepard, at last.
You have me at a disadvantage.
My name is Ilanos Halliot. I doubt you know it. Who do you think runs the Terminus clan, Shepard, huh? Thousands of pirates, slavers, criminals of every stripe?
In most criminal organizations, it's the one who's recognized as the most successful.
That's correct. The one who kills the most men, seizes the most ships, pillages the most colonies. 3 years ago, I was the strongest. I used my influence to assemble a fleet. We would drive your kind out of the Verge.
You organized the attack on Elysium. Too bad we kicked your ass back into Terminus, huh?
I was the motivator, the instigator, the one who promised glory and riches for sacking the largest human colony in the cluster. The one blamed when it failed. Failed! I was ruined when your kind held against the Blitz. What better way to recover my reputation than by eliminating the first human Spectre?
I think it's safe to say this person has no intention of negotiating with us, so we may be looking at a fight.
My crew will come for me.
Let them. We'll be ready. An Alliance warship would make a fine prize. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, the ores here are laced with heavy metals. I'm afraid your suit radios aren't powerful enough to transmit out.
I think the time for talk is over. There is no way we're getting out of this peacefully.
You'll see me again, Halliot. Count on it.
I rather doubt that. Goodbye, Shepard.
Orders, Commander.
We've got air and light and the Normandy's still in orbit. Let's look for another way out.
There's no time to get out. You have to disable the bomb before it goes off. Okay, yeah. Now, a little piece of advice for this this little segment right here. Don't worry so much about the time. As long as you're hacking, the time will stay still, so don't feel like you have to rush too much. Just make sure you disable the 3 hard points. It's not that hard if you know what you're doing, so take your time and it should be fine. Don't panic, just stay calm and hack. And that's how it's done. We managed to disable the bomb. Now, if we go back here, we'll notice that the entire chamber has been cut off. There is no way back towards the entrance. And now this door is unlocked. Why Lanos Halliot left a door that would unlock whenever the bomb goes off, I have no idea. I think it's safe to assume that a nuclear blast is not going to leave anyone alive, let alone anything within the main chamber intact. Well, let's go ahead and grab this upgrade kit, grab the goodies, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to prepare a little bit. This particular assignment is going to benefit, or it's really going to favor people who have sniper-oriented builds. You can still do this if you don't have a sniper-oriented build or a character who uses sniper rifles at all. But if you have sniper rifles, this upcoming part is going to be a lot easier. Let me go ahead and outfit my squad. Alright, we are ready. Let's go ahead and give Lanos Halliot what's coming to him. So once we get out of here, we're going to be overlooking an area where Lanos Halliot is waiting with his men. He thinks that he has won the fight, but little do we know, we're ready to get the drop on him. Let's go ahead and move in real carefully. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have Garrus and Ashley switch up to sniper rifles. And we're going to play sniper. So let's go ahead and move in nice and careful. Alright, here we are, we're overlooking the site. We've got a bunch of mercs walking around, and it looks like they've already appropriated the Mako. I think it's time to go ahead and show these guys what happens to people who mess with our equipment. And there's Lanos Halliot himself. Let's go ahead and prioritize this guy right here. Say goodnight.
Kill 'em all.
Now, be careful, these guys can hit from a distance, so don't underestimate their aim. They can do quite a bit of damage to your squad. But since we are a sniper build, we can just sit back and quite easily take these guys out from a distance. Actually, I want to save Lanos Halliot for last. I want to save the best for last, baby. Actually, you know what? Ashley, I want you to get back. We don't want her to take out Alanos just yet. We want her to sit back and wait a little bit. Go ahead and take this merc out. Alright, that merc is down. Let's go for the Krogan. Taking a long time. But they are pretty tough to take out, especially on insanity difficulty, so as long as we keep the heat up, we should have no problems whatsoever. Very repetitive. Alright, we've got him down to his regeneration, which means as soon as we take him out, he'll be gone for good. Alright, Krogan is down. Allowance is right there. Let's go ahead and take out the next mercenary. This is a lot of it's rinse and repeat. Alright, got him. Okay.
Area secure.
Let's see. Oh, we got a sniper right here. We gotta take her out. Done deal. Alright. Lance is next. Actually, you know what? I want to get Garrison switch to assault rifles, and we're gonna take him out at close range. Now we gotta be careful because Alanos Halliot does have tech abilities, so let's go ahead and move in just close enough to start using our mines. So let's sabotage them and do a little bit of damping. It's like one of the pirates did actually survive, so let me go ahead and just do a little immunity real quick. Oh, you're using a shotgun now?
I will destroy you.
Let's go ahead and do a little damping on this guy. Alright, and Halliot is down. Let's take out his remaining soldier. Now their leader is gone, they shouldn't take much more effort to take him out. And that is the end of Alanos Halliot. Alright. We're about to finish up on Agabinium.
I think we're good, Shepard.
Let's go ahead and grab the Mako, which is rightfully ours, and that should pretty much be it. UNC Espionage Probe is done. But we are not done exploring the planet's surface. I wanted to save the rest of the exploration until later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this area right here for our next collection of ores, if you want to call it that. And what we're going to do is we're going to go this way and move east and collect anything that we may have missed. Let's get to it. Alright, we found some beryllium. Let's go ahead and claim this for the Alliance. We don't have any time to lose. There we go, we now have some beryllium. That should keep the Alliance happy, and I believe we should already have one part of the collection assignments done. So let's open up the valuable minerals, and it seems we've already completed gases. That collection of that nitrogen gas from our orbital scan of the system completed our gas requirement for UNC valuable minerals. I believe that's what it's called. Yep. And there we go. We only have 3 more parts to fulfill for the collection quest for the ores and minerals. But let's go ahead and mark this area right here and collect this crash probe. I'll see you guys in just a bit. Alright, here's a crash probe. We're going to get out on foot and collect whatever we can from this item. So let's go ahead and hack this mini game real quick. And hallelujah. The treasure is ours. Nothing that we really need. We can go ahead and turn that all into Omnigel later on. But we're not going to need to go here because this is the mercenary camp where we took out Alanos Halyat. But I do want to open up our exploration of this area right here. And I believe we have something, I think it's either a League of One medallion or a Solarian STG tag. So let's move in for a closer look. Alright, we found the corpse of a scavenger, a very unfortunate soul who did not bode well on the surface of Agibinium. Let's go ahead and claim whatever they're holding on to. If I'm not mistaken... Oh, well, I stand corrected. I thought it was a League of One or a Solarian ID tag, but I was wrong. It's actually a Turian insignia for the Sigler outpost. So, my bad, folks. But that's pretty much it, except for one little tidbit that we can find right here. Let's go ahead and find something that's very something interesting to look at. Won't give us anything unique that we need to collect, but it is going to provide a unique entry for our journey here on Agibinium. I think we have ourselves a crashed luxury vehicle of some sort. Or maybe it's just an old racer vehicle, I'm not sure which. But we do have a corpse that we can examine. Let's take a closer look and see who this poor soul was. Brushing away the carbonization on the door of the contragravity speeder, you see the Nizo brand name. Judging by the charring, the wreckage has been here since the star's last variable peak. The corpse is wearing with the remains of an expensive suit and what appeared to be melted antique aviator goggles. Well, I can say this. At least the person died in style. Still wouldn't want to die here, but at least they died in style. That's more than I can say for most folk in Mass Effect who die on distant worlds. But anyway, that's pretty much it. We're wrapping things up on Agibinium. We finished UNC Espionage Probe, and we've collected everything that we need to. So let's get a nice view of the red giant in the system, and I'm going to go ahead and call for exfil and see you guys back in the CIC. Alright, and that is UNC Espionage Probe. What I'm thinking of doing next is, since we have covered the Humanity Batarian arc within the base game, which is just the quests of UNC Espionage Probe and UNC Major Kyle, I think what I want to do in the near future is consider doing the DLC for Mass Effect 1, Bring Down the Sky. In this DLC, we're going to be seeing the Batarians and what they look like. But when we get to that, it'll be something to look forward to. But for right now, we're pretty much done for this episode, and I'm going to call it a vid. Alright, this is GreatTreeJam, and I just want to wish you guys a happy day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be in this universe or the next. And I'm sorry this episode took so long to get up. I've had a lot of internet problems lately. I've had to work them out with my internet provider. So now that that's done, I'm hoping I can get some episodes up and running and continue from where we left off. But for right now, it's time for me to take a break, because I'm tired. So I will see you guys later.